Hey everybody, and welcome. We are doing a little ranger action here in the Howling Crypts. Basic starter gear only. It's a gray longbow, pretty much a couple gray items, and a lot of arrows. Right away you'll see we've spawned very central to the circle. We're just north of the Wraith and Skeletal Champion boss room, and this is a phenomenal choke point that you can camp very easily as a ranger, even with starter gear. And what you're going to see in this raid is we have a lot of luck with the people that we have coming down the chute. So just a little PvE to start off with. Once again, this is a ranger. I'm running headshot damage, spear, obviously, and quick draw for improved reload speed, as well as kinesthesia for movement speed while the bow is drawn. The Ranger is in a really strong place right now relative to the nerfs that Rogue and Wizard have received recently. And this clip is really going to show the power of the Ranger Trap, which is an essential part of the kit. Now I've turned off some lights. I'm kind of setting the stage here. I kind of dip in here real quick to see if anybody else is moving around the outside of the circle, see the Wraith, it aggroes on me, so I quickly dip, close the door, and go back to patiently waiting for someone to come my way. And we don't have to wait very long. Right around the corner you can hear someone fighting a skeleton. So I'm going to set up here, and I see an enemy ranger. I miss every shot, which is tradition. When you're shooting at fellow rangers, you want to give them just kind of a warning shot so they know they can beat feet, and that you're not really interested in killing them yet. He returns the salute by missing a shot at me. I kill some additional lights. Darker's better, in my experience. You'll notice as I flash the inventory here in a second, you want to make sure all of your potions are off your belt. This is really important if you're going to be ratting around in the dark. You don't want to be an easy target. I see a lot of newer players who will keep potions on their belt. I know it's easy to access, for when you feel like you need a clutch heal, but it's what I key in on when I'm taking a long range shot on somebody is their belt items. So keep your ears peeled here. We're about to hear a bard play music poorly, not too far away from us, and so that lets me know we've got at least 2 solo folks in the area. That's really what we're looking for. If I were to encounter a geared 3-stack moving this way, I would attempt to withdraw through the Wraith room just to my south, and that's kind of my exit plan here. If I encountered that kind of team, but we do not in this video, it's a lot of one-on-one, one-on-two action. So there's our bard friend. You can listen to his flappy feet. It's the first indication that you're dealing with somebody who's probably in starter gear. Hats off to Iron Mace. The sound design that they have put into this game is really solid, both directionally and with regard to the kind of cues, the audio cues that you're getting are very powerful. And once you understand them and know how to respond to them, they'll really guide a lot of your gameplay and decision making as a solo ranger. And we've got our first customer. And that's the trap going off. He has stepped in it. And the rest is pretty easy. I'm going to do something here that's kind of counterintuitive. I'm going to re-trap his body. He's got a torch down there under his body. It's going to lead to a sense of false security for any other players who come up, and the likelihood of them checking the corpse to see if they've got any goodies is pretty high, so it doesn't take long. I've placed the trap. Customer number 2 has made his deposit. You see a third customer. It's our ranger friend from earlier, who I missed last time out of courtesy, but not this time. And on this guy, we get a delightful rogue mask that is perfectly rolled with 2 additional physical damage, +1 true physical damage, +1 all stats. It's a blue, but that blue goes on to sell for 400 gold. There, we're accumulating quite a pile of corpses here. So I've decided that that's probably too hot of an area to place another trap like I did the last one. Instead, I'm going to trap a little deeper, taking advantage of the edge of the shadow area. And we don't have to wait too long until we hear our next customer. Once again, this choke point just north of that boss room is a funnel for the entirety of the north side of the map. So we're going to see a lot of action, a lot of people moving through this to get deeper in circle throughout the course of the game. Roughly half the map is going to be pushed through this choke point, so this is a really advantageous place to set up shop. Right there, you can see I'm hovering that that mask. It's really well rolled. Like I said, it goes on to sell for 400 gold. Playing a little Tetris here. Once again, you'll notice I don't have anything that will show on my belt. It's just bandages, traps, and a fire. Keep your ears peeled. We've got another customer coming down the pipe. Deciding to put another trap closer to us. I'm using the corpse of the skeleton I killed earlier to camouflage it a little bit. It's central to the hallway. It's adjacent to another trap. Most melees, if they're looking to push me, they're going to see the first trap and think they're safe, keep pushing, and hopefully step on the second one. You know, I get a lot of questions about, why run runes solo as a ranger. Frankly, it's easier than Goblin Caves. Goblin Caves is pretty rough on the ranger. There's not a lot of escapes. There's not a lot of lines of sight that are easily exploited. The central room is extremely dangerous. The goblin poisons is pretty annoying to deal with the healing changes. And this is just a more reliable way of exiting the game, the raid, with positive revenues. And here comes customer 4. So despite having his torch out, he didn't see the trap, stepped right in it, and he went down. We got a duo here. We got a wizard. I take a zap. I'm looking at, getting one hit on the wizard and then closing. And the spear is just going to finish him off. Watching this during editing, I wish I had grabbed a few of the things that he had on him. He had a pretty good, well-rolled Castilian dagger that I skipped. Anyway, I don't hear anybody else, so I start doing a little top off and a little looting. Make sure you're using bandages when you have gray health after the changes. They're really powerful now relative to where they were before. If you have the gray health, using 1 potion every 45 seconds is just increasing the opportunity for future heals. The circle's starting to close on us, so I think I've caught everybody I'm going to catch in this area. My bags are kind of full. I want to get out with that mask because I know it's going to sell for good value. So dipping through this room real fast. There's a rogue on the far side. Not really interested. He doesn't look like he has gear. And what do I have here? It's my exit portal. So guys, I want to encourage everybody, try out the Ranger solo in the Crypts. I think you're going to have a good time. You got to play sneaky. Peace.